Good evening. From sea to shining sea, America is about to feel the chill. By tomorrow, Arctic air will blow freezing temperatures nearly everywhere. It's already freezing in Colorado. This fall, they're blowing snow, not leaves. More record lows are forecast for the Plains and the Rockies tonight. Check out Haver, Montana, expected to hit -17 with a wind chill factor of -26. We have a team of correspondents shivering out there tonight, and we'll begin with Adriana Diaz in Denver.
Scott, it is almost impossible to believe that we're more than 5 weeks away from winter. With the wind chill, it felt as cold as -32 degrees here in Denver early today. That's a 101-degree difference from Miami. The unseasonable cold front sent the mercury down to -14 degrees early today, snapping a record set in 1916. With a capacity of 1,300 in Denver, homeless shelters are starting to fill up. The city's public library has become a daytime refuge for people like Lawrence Cox, who have nowhere else to go.
If I don't get in the shelter, I might end up going to jail or go to detox.
On purpose?
On purpose, yes.
Nearly 40 emergency beds were set up for homeless women at this recreation center so they could feel both safe and warm.
I'm Yuccas in Minneapolis, where sub-freezing temperatures have blanketed the state for the 4th straight day. The bitter chill is also hitting Casper, Wyoming. Last night it dropped to 27 below zero, a record for November. In Little Rock, Arkansas, they saw the earliest snowfall in more than 20 years. A small army of shovelers were hired at $10 an hour to clear out the University of Minnesota football stadium in time for Saturday's game. Dave Mansell heads up a construction crew nearby. The frigid cold has caught his team off guard.
It's pretty brutal. It wears you down really hard in the wintertime. The guys get tired. You know, it's hard working out in the cold all day without, you got to have all the gear on, and it's tough.
Those subarctic temperatures are expected to last 11 days, a stretch seen only 3 times in more than 100 years.
Jamie Yuccas of WCCO. Thank you, Jamie. So what is next? Eric Fisher is the chief meteorologist at our CBS Boston station, WBZ. Eric, where's this headed?
Well, Scott, the warm spots around the United States are disappearing, and this cold is now into the deep south. In fact, freeze warnings are out all the way into South Texas, places like Corpus Christi, along the Gulf Coast, all the way into Georgia and the Florida Panhandle. When you wake up tomorrow morning, look at these temperatures, well back into the 20s. And these are the cities. Usually the city is the warmest spot. It will be colder in all of the suburbs. We'll do it again on Saturday morning. We're looking at temperatures again across the south, well back into the 20s, a deep freeze that is not going to be just a one-day event. In fact, we look at the overall pattern, big ridge in the jet stream way up across Alaska. We've seen that cold coming down across the U.S. Well, another shot is on the way this weekend. By early next week, this one goes even deeper down to the southeast. It brings extreme cold to the Midwest, the Northeast. Temperatures running 25 to 35 degrees below average. And Scott, it looks like this will go all the way up until Thanksgiving.
Notice that 36 in New Orleans. Eric, thank you very much. Now, to give you an idea of how unusual this weather is, Billings, Montana made it to only 12 degrees today, but it was 32 in Barrow, Alaska, which is above the Arctic Circle.